We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers.
Play to win. Let's go. Red. San Lobo. Go. Check. Tammy's a mark. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right. And got his man complete. Oh, about a 39-yard pickup. They'll take it. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Charlie. Tammy's a mark. Here we go. Set, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to improvise. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 12. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run. Shoot. Check safety. Check.
Ready. On 1st and 10. Back. Oh, he's going to take it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 19 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch your slam, watch your slam. My 66. Bullet high. Slam, slam, slam.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Bach got his open man, it's Carr. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, high 7.
2nd and 4. That is incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
58, right over there.
Back to throw again. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
I'm here all day.
Back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 14-7. Fielded about a yard deep.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Looking to throw. Bach, flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Mike 7. I got him. Mike 7. Mike 7. Ready, go.
Second and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Tie your rope. Tie your rope. 4 down. 4 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Let's get the ball. Mike ready. Go.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Hey, Orville. 58 to Mike. Ready.
On 1st down, Bach. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 23 yards, the final tally. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Bach. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun. Bach, he wants it all for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Back to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
Yeah. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Second and 15. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The Niners on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and 15. Looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Throwing again. Bach. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Looking to throw. Bach setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Back to throw. Bach. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. The point after is good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. As his guys are back within a six. The big fella. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of miss.
And that's caught inside the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll drop the throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will he be angry?
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, and now a fumble. The ball's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw again. Bach. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Look at me. Zipper.
From the gun, Bach, flush to his right. And he's going to go down again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Point after up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 46. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He'll drop to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Mike 7. Mike 7. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Go.
Now back to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 19 yards away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bach, and this is Cook with a grab. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun. Bach, he's going to fire one deep, middle. And now here's another interception. Picked off at about the 31. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 7. Mike 7. Yep. Seven's a Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's take it on the 25. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Set. 18 Gator. Hey, orbit. Defense, keep it up, guys. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Bach. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Bach. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing again. Bach. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. On 4th down, Bach escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down. Bach got his open man. It's Carr. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off right around the 43. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Hey, box truck. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Bach. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Yep. Hey, team 6. 58 for Mike. 65. Let's go.
Back to throw. Bach got it complete to West. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, echo. 58, Mike.
Operating from the gun. Bach. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Bach. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go. 50. Plant. Exit. Watch tight. Tight is. Yep. Hey. 4 down. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Ready, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. Watch the pass. Delta.
At that 18-yard line.
7. Watch the slant. 7's a pat.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Get it.
On first down, Bach. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Mike 7. Mike 7.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike 7. Mike 7. I got one. Zoom, fellas. Let's go. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's taken in at the 9. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
2nd and 4. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. Hey, wahoo. Yes, Mike. Watch QB drop.
Looking to throw. Bach. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Back to throw. Bach eluding the pressure right. And he will not make it into the end zone, but there is a flag down far side of the field, so let's see what that's all about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Mike, check.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Run.
They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep turnover.